Hi viewers, it's Andy, and for today's video, I'm going to share with you why I decided to be inactive on social media for a while and how the experience was for me. I mean, I still had my accounts, but I largely reduced the amount of time I spent on two platforms, Facebook and Instagram. So for Facebook, actually matagal na rin akong hindi nagfe-Facebook, no? The last time I was really active on that platform was during the time when I was still playing. I used to perform before. I'm a musician, so I would use Facebook to share gig photos or posters to invite people to come and watch me play. But after that, naglaylo na rin talaga ako. Pero for Instagram, I'm really guilty of spending a lot of time doon sa Explore tab nila. Meron silang mga recommendations and suggestions of accounts that you should follow, posts that you should see, blah blah blah. So anyway, mabalik tayo sa sharing. I'm going to share with you the reasons why I decided to be inactive. So number one, I realized I was wasting a lot of time, and naging honest talaga ako sa sarili ko na sobrang dami kong nasasayang na oras na pagtambay dun sa Explore tab. Time is something that we wish we had more of, yet we take advantage of the time that we have. When I decided to lie low on social media, no, so both on Instagram and on Facebook, I really had more time to do other things. So I revisited my passion for music, I had more time to read books, and I was also able to talk to my friends longer. I had time to meditate again, I had time to check my blog again. So basically, I had more time to do the more important things in my life. Generally, it's really good kasi yung social media, distraction yan eh. It distracts us from the things that can help increase our value as individuals. Habit forming talaga siya, and active users know that. Unless, of course, you work as a social media manager, or you're an influencer, or you have a job that requires you to be on social media. Kasi that's what you do for a living. Okay? But for the most of us na parang regular users lang, most of the time, ang ginagawa lang natin talaga ay mindless scrolling. So we just want to check out what's happening, what's this person doing, what's new, what's happening around. So ayun nga, anyway, we may think we're not losing anything, but we're actually losing time. From all the scrolling, the uploading, the editing, minsan kahit pa nga sa pagsulat ng descriptions eh, diba? Yung mga ganong bagay, sometimes you're not really aware of it, pero napapasobra na tayo ng tambay sa social media apps. And before we know it, we've already spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes even hours. And if you come to think of it, that time could have been used for other things, like pursuing your passions, or like trying out a new hobby, writing down in your diary, in your journal, and things like that. Second naman is, I just wanted to for a change. Kasi when you're active on social media, you will feel the subconscious need to post. And whether you admit it or not, kahit andun talaga yung kagustuhan mo na mag-share, it's mostly to keep up with everyone else. Because you see a lot of people sharing nice photos, sharing their highlights. Actually, that's not how their everyday lives look like, but that's how it appears. Or at least that's how the most of us want it to appear on social media. Going back, ayun nga, it's mostly to keep up with your social circle or within the different networks that you move around in. So, magpo-post ka to show that, oh, I'm having fun as well, I'm also traveling. Kasi alam niyo naman ngayon, karamihan ng mindset ng ibang tao, pag hindi mo siya pinost, kapag hindi mo siya shinare, hindi siya nangyari. Ayun, as I was saying earlier, when you're active on social media, you will feel the subconscious need to post. And ano ba yung subconscious need? When we say subconscious needs, we refer to needs we're not aware of, because it comes from the subconscious mind. So, in the context of what we're talking about, the subconscious needs are the likes, no? Yung mga heart, yung mga like, or kung ano mang reactions ang available doon sa ginagamit nating app. Bali yung mga likes na yun, yung instant gratification, it affects our brain and triggers the release of dopamine. Yung dopamine is yung tinatawag natin na happy hormone. So, syempre, once you feel good because of that rewarding feeling that you get from the likes, the reactions, and the comments that validate yung gusto mong ma-validate about yourself, magpo-post ka ulit. And the next time you post, mas maganda naman, mas IG-worthy, as most people would say, and mas likable. Until such a time that it becomes a habit and you're already in the loop. Ito pa, so even when you're not active in the sense na hindi ka na lagi nag-upload, when you spend a lot of time doon sa newsfeed, it's still the same thing. And there's a tendency to feel down, most especially if you see that everyone is getting ahead while you are still working on your goals. Minsan nakakalimutan natin na hindi naman talaga lahat ng nakikita natin on social media ay totoo. So hindi yun maiiwasan. We're wired to compare things. I actually felt that myself before. When I was in college, while I had a few small accomplishments, I still felt na parang kulang pa. Although, na-realize ko din naman na ako lang pala yung naglalagay ng pressure sa sarili ko because of the things I see online na hindi naman lahat ay totoo. You get what I mean? Social media platforms are strategically designed to be addictive talaga. Talented engineers are constantly at work to make improvements, and large companies really invest sa research and development to make sure they get our attention and they sustain that attention. Dun sila kumikita eh. So it's really good for them. So yung third ko naman na reason why I decided to be inactive on social media is that I wanted to have a clearer mind. Every day, we're bombarded with so much information that come in different forms. Kwento ng friend mo, final report sa work, information from print media, broadcast media, and of course, social media. It seems trivial, pero nakakadagdag din kasi ng mental clutter yung mga bits and pieces of info na nakikita natin sa mga newsfeed natin. This is most true if you have a job that requires you to organize a lot of information. Ma-overwhelm talaga ang utak mo niya. When I took a break, sabi ko nga kanina, generally, I had time for more things. And isa na doon ay yung time for yourself. So when you have time for yourself, you get to reflect and you get to be alone with your thoughts. Your thoughts surface and nako-confront mo sila, yung good and bad thoughts mo. Which is a good thing. You get to know more about yourself and you get to make wiser decisions. Ayan nga. So ngayon, I'm back on social media but I don't really spend as much time. Nagsishare lang ako sa story. Say for example, merong bagong vlog or meron akong bagong blog post sa aking personal blog that is linked down below. Nagsishare ako but apart from that, hindi na ako masyado nagpo-post. So unless it's a source of income for you, I suggest that you reduce the amount of time that you spend on social media. I can assure you that you will feel better about yourself and everyone else in general. I really hope I made sense. That would be all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this is Andy and I'll see you guys on my next vlog. Bye!